Lower your blood pressure, naturally life-changing tips. Hey everyone, Dr. Mike here. Did you know that 1 in 3 adults in the United States has high blood pressure? And here's the kicker, many people don't even realize it. That's why it's often called a silent killer. We're talking about a condition that can lead to some serious health problems, heart disease, stroke, you name it. But don't hit that panic button just yet. The good news is that high blood pressure is both preventable and manageable. And in today's video, I'm going to be your guide to lowering your blood pressure naturally. We'll explore some simple yet effective lifestyle changes that can make a world of difference. So stick around, hit that subscribe button, and let's get started. Understanding blood pressure. Before we jump into the tips, let's take a moment to understand what blood pressure actually is. Imagine your arteries as highways, and your blood as cars traveling on those highways. Blood pressure is the force those cars exert on the road as they zoom along. Now we measure this force in millimeters of mercury. You'll see it written as mmHg. When we take your blood pressure, we get two numbers, systolic and diastolic. Think of systolic as the pressure when your heart is putting the pedal to the metal, contracting and pushing the blood out. Diastolic, on the other hand, is like the pressure when your heart is taking a little breather between beats. Ideally, we want that systolic number to be less than 120 and the diastolic under 80. That's your target for a healthy heart. Now that we've got the basics down, let's talk about how you can manage and lower your blood pressure. Power up with your plate dietary changes. You've probably heard it a million times, but you really are what you eat. And when it comes to blood pressure, your diet plays a starring role. Let's start with the elephant in the room, sodium. We're aiming to keep our sodium intake under 2,300 milligrams per day. That's about a teaspoon of salt. Now if you really want to see those numbers go down, try getting it closer to 1,500 milligrams. Trust me, your heart will thank you. But it's not just about cutting back, it's also about adding in the good stuff. And when I say good stuff, I mean fruits and vegetables, my friends. Load up on potassium-rich foods like bananas, oranges, spinach. They're like little superheroes fighting against sodium and lowering blood pressure. And while we're at it, let's swap out those refined grains for some hearty whole grains. Think whole grain bread, brown rice, oatmeal. They're packed with fiber and nutrients that your body loves. Last but not least, let's talk about processed foods. I know, they're convenient, but they're often loaded with hidden sodium and unhealthy fats that can sabotage your blood pressure goals. So, let's try to limit those as much as we can. Alright, now that we've fueled our bodies with some healthy foods, let's get moving. Regular exercise is like magic for your blood pressure. Aim for at least 150 minutes of moderate intensity aerobic activity, or 75 minutes of vigorous intensity aerobic activity every week. And don't worry, it doesn't have to be anything crazy. A brisk walk, a jog around the park, cycling, swimming. Find something you enjoy and make it a part of your routine. And speaking of routines, let's talk about weight management. Even losing a small amount of weight can have a big impact on your blood pressure. We're talking a 5 to 10% reduction in your body weight. That's all it takes to see a significant difference. Now, let's move on to some lifestyle adjustments that can make a world of difference. Let's talk about alcohol. If you enjoy a drink every now and then, that's totally fine. Just remember, moderation is key. For women, that means up to 1 drink per day, and for men, it's up to 2. And while we're on the topic of things we should be limiting, let's talk about smoking. Kicking the habit is hands down one of the best things you can do for your heart health. Those chemicals in tobacco can wreak havoc on your blood vessels and send your blood pressure soaring. Now let's talk about stress. We all experience it, but it's important to find healthy ways to manage it. Whether it's deep breathing exercises, meditation, yoga, or simply taking some time for yourself. Find what works for you and make it a non-negotiable part of your day. Last, but certainly not least, let's talk about sleep. Aim for 7 to 9 hours of quality sleep each night. When you're sleep deprived, your body produces more stress hormones, which can lead to, you guessed it, higher blood pressure. Managing your blood pressure is a team effort, and you are the MVP. Keeping track of your blood pressure readings is crucial. Regular monitoring allows you and your healthcare provider to see what's working and make any necessary adjustments to your lifestyle or medication. Speaking of medication, if lifestyle changes alone aren't enough to manage your blood pressure, your doctor might recommend medication. There's no shame in that. Medications can be incredibly effective in helping you reach your target blood pressure goals. Remember, everyone is different, and what works for one person might not work for another. That's why it's so important to work closely with your healthcare provider to find the best treatment plan for you. Don't hesitate to ask questions, share your concerns, and be an active participant in your health journey. So, there you have it, your guide to lowering your blood pressure naturally. Remember, you don't have to overhaul your entire life overnight. Start small. Maybe swap out that sugary soda for a glass of water, add a 15-minute walk to your lunch break, or try a quick meditation before bed. Every little bit counts, and those small changes can add up to big results over time. I'm curious, what are some of the things you do to manage your blood pressure? Share your tips and experiences in the comments below. I love hearing from you guys. And if you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up and share it with a friend who might benefit from it. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Remember, your health is in your hands.